G'day guys, Cam Wild Touring, and welcome to this week's episode. This episode, I guess, marks the start of a brand new trip series.
That is awesome. I wish I brought a gap.
I left very early this morning from Perth, about 1200 k's behind me now. This is my overnight spot and it's nothing special. It's just a unofficial side of the road gravel pit basically that's going to be my camp for the night. The good thing is that there's nobody else here. It's just nice to find somewhere to myself. And also we've had a lot of rain lately, so the fact that this has got some blue metal down means I'm not worried about getting bogged on my way out, because there's a lot of soft ground on the sides of the roads at the moment. Anyway, I digress. I apologise if I appear shattered and if there's the occasional rumble of road trains cruising past, but it's been a big day. Anyway, I thought I'd take the opportunity to give you guys a bit of an update about what this trip series is going to be, where it's going to be, who I'm with, what we're going to be doing, why the boat's in tow, and chat about the boat as well, because where I left you with the boat last was I'd picked it up, I'd taken it home, identified that it needed quite a bit of work, and I put it out to you guys to see if you're interested in seeing the process of me tidying it up, and I was surprised to learn that a lot of you were. And I haven't got as much done as I would have liked to have, but I've done the bare minimum to get it out. And be confident in it to drag it. I'm gonna end up doing 4,000 k's or something in this, taking this boat up north and back. So I've got it to a point where it's reliable enough to do that, which is just gonna have to do for now, and I'll finish it off later. But before we get into all of that, just a reminder that the end of June marks the end of the pre-order for our adventure shirt. So this brand new adventure shirt is available now, as well as all the older designs that we've ran before. End of June is the cutoff for the pre-order, and then it takes me about 3 weeks to mail these out to you guys. So if you're interested, wildtouring.com.au. So right now I'm halfway between Carnarvon and Karratha. I'm heading up to Karratha to see my mate Jonesy. We're going to use his house as our base, and we're going to do some trips out inland through the Pilbara, finding some water holes, do some full driving, some camping, all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to leave my boat at his place, and if we get a gap in the weather, we're going to stick the boat in and do some island hopping in the Dampier Archipelago, do some fishing, some diving, some boat camping, all that kind of stuff as well. So that's the plan. Now, the reason that this all panned out is basically because of this big bull bar here. So, and this was an absolute mission to get into the boat, believe you me. So my mate Jonesy bought this bull bar for his 200 series a couple of months ago. I picked it up for him in Perth, and it's been sitting in my carport for months, and he just hasn't been able to get the time to come down to Perth to pick it up. At the same time, I bought this boat, and I've got the month of June pretty much off. I didn't have anything really planned. I've got big plans the next couple of months, but June was a bit of a quiet time for me. So I said, how about I stick that bull bar in the boat, I take it up to Karratha for you, and in exchange, you take some time off work, and you show me some local spots and some do some island hopping and stuff with me. So it's all just sort of panned out like that. To get the boat up here has required a little bit of work to be done. As I sort of mentioned when you first saw the boat, there were quite a few things that needed tidying up. I didn't get nearly half the things that I wanted to get done. I've just ran out of time. And to be honest with you, I haven't documented it exactly how I wanted to, because I've just been too busy. Trying to get this trip organised between a couple of other bigger trips has been a rush, and I'm not moaning about it because it's going to be well worth it. but I've been pretty time poor lately. So I've done the bare minimum, and let me show you what that actually looks like. First up, I had to replace all the navigation lights. So I've replaced the navi lights and the anchor light. I've added a little spotlight, a little light bar up top there. The motor is running beautifully. First couple of trips, I was really worried about it because it was popping and farting and spluttering. But I've emptied all the fuel out, ran a heap of 98 through it, and I've done nearly a dozen runs in this boat now in the Swan River and Coburn Sound in the ocean, and that motor is running beautifully now. So just needed some clean fuel. I had to get a new UHF antenna for it because that one was broken. Works well now, which I do need. And I pretty much had to do a full rewire inside. So I might have some footage, but I've put some undergunnel lighting through the whole thing, like LED strip lighting, and you can change the color, like it's RGB colors, you can change the colors. That's pretty unnecessary, but cool. So up here, I had to put a new switch panel in. So they're the navigation lights, the light bar on the front. That's my anchor light, and I've put in a new bilge pump. So all that works. I put in some USB ports so I can charge my phone there, cup holder, and a sounder that I had left over from my tinny. So it's a pretty small sounder, but you know, I had it and it was free, so it's in there. And that was pretty much it for the boat itself. What I didn't get done on the boat, well, I want to redo the floor. The floor was soft, it definitely needs doing. I've ordered some of that Eva foam deck, just the cheap eBay stuff. I just need to get some marine ply, use these pieces of flooring in there as a template, cut it out, put the foam deck down and screw that back down, but I just didn't get time to do it before this trip. And also I started tidying up, you know, the stickers and the paintwork and stuff, but I just didn't get it done. So I would like to repaint that boat. But yeah, when I've got some time. Now the major difference is the trailer. The old trailer was really rusty and stuff, and I had grand plans of chopping all the back of it off and buying some steel and welding something together and getting it hot dip galved. But I just don't have the time, the space, and the money to do it. Time really is the main thing, because this ended up costing more anyway in the end. I bought a heavy duty, much larger trailer. It's dual axle now, it's much wider, it's much longer, it tows a lot nicer, it's heavier, but you know, this thing's still like less than 1.5 ton on the road. But it means that when I launch this, it's much easier to reverse now. And when I do launch it, my car's a lot further away from the water, which I like if I'm ever going to be beach launching this thing. And I can, because it's so much wider, I can actually see it in my rear vision mirrors now. So the only drama I've had with the trailer on the way up here is the plug fell out and was dragging on the floor. So I've got no lights, which is why I pulled over fairly early in the afternoon, because I don't want to be driving into darkness with no trailer lights. So I'll get that sorted in Karratha. We'll put a new plug on it. And yeah, we'll park this thing up at Jonesy's house. And as soon as we get a gap in the weather, we'll take it out. I'm really looking forward to it. Righto, I'm gonna get my swag rolled out and a little fire lit, and I need a beer. Yeah, I'm loaded up at the minute. It's funny because I was saying to Tiff last night, when you go away on a trip for longer than a week, you essentially pack everything that you would need to live on the road for a year plus, because you need a full rotation of clothes, you need a week plus of food, water, all the rest of it, which if you were traveling full time, you'd be replenishing every week or two anyway. So I brought everything in the kitchen sink. I've actually brought a freezer on this trip, and that was because I ducked into Ryan's Meats, my butcher, and picked up a heap of meat for this entire trip. Ryan's have actually offered to give some vouchers away for the next couple of episodes, which is really cool. If you're a Perth resident and you want to get some a $50 voucher from Ryan's, keep a lookout for the code word in this video and the next 3 videos to get your hands on one of those. But I've also brought Starlink, heaps of beer, chainsaw to collect some firewood and stuff, and plenty of food and grog and all that kind of good stuff. Everything's got its place. There's a lot of stuff, but I know where everything is and it's neat and tidy, and I'm okay with that. Let's get this swag rolled out. I am knackered. Tonight is chicken cheese chili chive rissoles. I forget something every single trip. The first night I was planning to do burgers, and so I grabbed a burger pack. Unfortunately, I brought the buns, but I forgot to buy the mince and the cheese. So luckily I bought the rissoles, so I'll squash a couple of those and have them in the burger buns tonight, and they'll be really tasty. But yeah, what a goose, hey? Burgers tonight, and all I brought was the buns. And I'll use the leftovers of those to have bacon and egg rolls in the morning, so it'll all get used. It's just not going to be what it was supposed to be. Just going to flatten them out a bit. I actually don't mind the sound of those, sleeping to them. I'm knackered and I'm going to bed. I'm having a nightcap, so I'm going to have a cocktail. I'll tell you about it in a sec. A while back I put out a story on Instagram asking if anyone had any suggestions for cocktails or shooters or anything like that. And I got a heap of wicked responses. So I've made a list of cocktails to make on trips. And I went and spent a small fortune at Dan Murphy's to get a couple of bottles of spirits for this series. So I'll be sharing them with Jonesy when we get out and about and do some stuff. But I can't help myself, and I'm going to tuck into it tonight. So this one's called Vanilla Cheesecake, and you're supposed to use Vanilla Galliano, but my Dan Murphy's didn't have any. So I've got some Liquor 43. It's vanilla flavoured anyway. And it's been in the freezer, so it's going to be thick and delicious. So a big shot of that. Yeah, it's like syrup. Mixing with that some hard solo. So I guess you're getting lemon, vanilla, so I can see where the cheesecake idea comes from. Like it. This hard solo stuff is dangerous, eh? Tastes like lolly water. Alright, I'm done. But before the video ends, I'm going to show you some footage of what to expect from this series. By midday tomorrow, I'm going to be in Karratha, and then get straight into some full driving, some camping, and some boating. Cheers, guys. See you in the morning. Sorry I'm such a mess. I'm so tired. It was a bad idea to choose to film this tonight, eh?
When I was young, my daddy said, gotta keep one eye open in your bed, 'cause there's a time coming when the devil gonna come for you. So my trigger finger, stay prepared. I've got my weapon and I got my prayers, 'cause if you don't run this town, they'll walk all over you. Run out loud, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. Run out loud, better run on. Run all day till you can't be found. Run out loud, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. You can outrun the devil, but you ain't gonna outrun me.
That is the creepiest looking thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah, he just moved.
Alright, we're not doing this to harm him, just to see if he snaps.
Oh yeah, no, he's alive.
Oh,
Oh my god!
That's gonna haunt me in my sleep
Can we
tonight.
keep looking to see if we can find a pair of spare underpants? That was creepy!